Yes, indeed. Wow. Good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome once again. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu
You
alaikum,
are back.
family.
Yes, in fact, you are back for another edition of Nothing But the Truth with
Brother Jamil.
and Sister Tisha. We have a special program for you tonight. So everybody gather around. You know the routine at this point. I'm going to turn you over to Sister Tisha in just a moment, and she'll give you the information that you need that will help you to become an active part of the Nothing But the Truth family. She'll give you the information that helps you week to week to become a part of what we're building here, which is a place of safety for you to come and talk over the issues that matter to you and the issues that things that you deal with every day, but it's a safe zone, right? So here's Sister Tisha. She'll tell you what to do. And then we got some program for you. Don't go anywhere. Sister Tisha's the world's greatest co-host. Go right ahead.
Assalamu alaikum, family. Welcome to another exciting edition of Nothing But the Truth with Brother Jamil and Sister Tisha. We are so glad you've took the time to come back and join us. What we need from you, though, we need your help. We need you to help us grow this platform. Do that. All we ask is that you go over to our YouTube page, Nothing But the Truth with Brother Jamil and Sister Tisha, like, share, and subscribe. And then go to our Facebook page, do the same thing. You go to my page, Tisha Muhammad, like, share, and subscribe, and then segue over to Brother Jamil's page, The Real Jamil, right? Is that what it is?
No, on Instagram, yes, on Instagram. Hmm.
Instagram is The Real Jamil. Don't go to his Instagram page. I didn't invite you there. But, his
Okay,
Facebook page, go ahead.
just
Okay,
the
I'm,
Facebook page is Jamil Muhammad.
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna back
Uh,
off. All right, we're back. It's on you,
you
hon.
you did great. Listen, everybody, we are at 960 subscribers. We need, hey, there's Kia. We need 1,000 subscribers
We
to
do.
reach the milestone that will allow us to broadcast live and expand to include more listeners, more viewers, more family members. So please, if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, and feel free to comment because tonight's program, you're going to have something to say.
Right.
Because every time I see you at a barbecue, you got a plate in front of you. I'm not trying
No.
to, knock nobody out the water. I'm just trying to say.
But what if you didn't bring nothing? Do you still get to get a plate?
Now
There's
that
rules.
depends. That depends. In some parts of the country, you might.
There's
But I'm gonna
rules.
tell you, back in Cincinnati, you better not just show up without nothing and look to get a plate, and then your plate be piled high.
Yeah,
No, mm-mm.
that's what we do.
That doesn't work. But
It's just
tonight we are joined by one of the nation's most exciting artisans.
mm,
Hey, there's cornbread too. Wow, everybody's coming in. Dallas, Texas is firmly in the house tonight. See
yes.
Greensboro, North Carolina, the other areas around the country where we are popular, and we're so grateful that you guys are joining us tonight. We
Trisha's
cannot
here.
thank you enough. There's Trisha. Okay, so yeah, we filing in the room. We like they see in church. Come on in the room, right? We coming in the room. So there's Karima. All right now, Chicago is in here. Atlanta. Oh yeah, we got a family, and that family is out of sight.
Look at your family right here. Look at him.
What do you say? I can't see it. You know I
He's
can't
bringing
read
the
it.
spoons.
He's bringing the spoon.
It's always one. It's always one. All
I'm not
right.
messing with you tonight, cornbread. Don't listen. Listen. Thank you, brother James, for your fine opinion, sir. But tonight's guest, I don't want to delay any further.
Yes.
This is a guest who is, I love him personally as my brother, as my friend. He's a Renaissance man, a reader, a thinker, a scientist of music and art and technology and electronics. But one of his other interests that he's quite proficient in, and he'll tell you more about that later in the program, is that he is a pit master.
Hmm.
PIT master. Doesn't mean he raises pit bull dogs.
Oh no.
No, not that kind of pit master. But
What
he's
is
a
it?
pit master in the cooking and preparation of smoked foods. And so we're going to talk about that tonight. But let me tell you who my brother is. Many of you know him as the student director of protocol at Muhammad Mosque number 52 in Fort
Mhm.
Worth, Texas. Many of you know him as the webmaster and graphic designer for many powerful figures in our nation, like Minister Nuri Muhammad and Minister Waliullah Muhammad in San Diego, Sister Katrina Muhammad from
Right.
Relationship Talks fame, right? And Brother Willie, there's our Minister Willie in New Orleans. So he's done work for all these great people. And if you've bought their books and picked up their things, you've met the work of Brother Taiwan. He's a dedicated husband, a doting father, and a loving grandfather as well. Let's bring him to our air because we got things to ask him
We
about
do.
some food, don't we, hon? Don't we got things to
We
ask
do.
him? Let's
You
let's
forgot
bring
he's a
him on.
photographer too. Remember, he took our picture.
Oh yeah, he's
We were,
definitely
yeah,
one of the best photographers. The
yeah,
the beginning of this program, the pictures
yeah.
you see
With
of
the
us,
orange,
yeah, with Sister Tisha acting crazy,
whatever.
those are pictures taken by Brother Ty. Let's bring on our guest tonight. He's our brother, Brother Taiwan Muhammad. There he is, Brother Taiwan. Good to see you, brother. How are you, sir?
Um, I'm fine by
Uh-oh.
God's grace and mercy.
Happy birthday to
How are you
There,
all?
I hear you now, brother. There was a little audio question, but I can hear you say, "Fine by Allah's grace and mercy." Anything? What? Tell us, brother, what's going on today, and what do we have? To what do we owe the pleasure of your visit to our program tonight?
First of all, I would just like to thank you and Sister Tisha, your lovely wife, for inviting me on your show. I feel like I'm at home because I actually started with Nothing But the Truth, and it was just a wonderful experience working with you all, and of course, Brother Jamil working with you with relationship talks and just you being, part of our family, of our extended family. Uh,
Hmm.
you were the officiant at my wedding, and
Yeah, I heard the
so
preacher at your
we,
wedding was real handsome. I did hear that. That the preacher at your
yeah,
wedding
yeah,
was real handsome.
he was pretty nice. So I just want to thank both of you for inviting me on your show.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to jump right in. We are planning on hosting gatherings of our friends and family this summer
Right.
to enjoy the bounty of Allah's green earth, God's green earth. We hope to have foods that will be healthy and satisfying for our family, young and old. But it all kind of starts with the work that you do. And you can educate us and educate other folks tonight. And Tisha, you want to make the confession of what we thought brother did, or should I make that confession?
I mean, it was my fault. I'm sorry. I thought that you would be called a grill master because I thought all barbecues was just grilling, but I stand corrected. Could
Mm.
you please start us off with telling us, are you a grill master or are you something else? And if it's something else, what are you and what's the difference?
So basically, the difference between grilling and pit masters, um, the separation between the two is very distinctive. With
Okay.
grilling, it's basically you're over a fire.
Hmm.
You're cooking your protein over direct heat, direct fire.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas smoking meat, you're indirect. So with my pits, I have what they call a smoke box. That's where
Smoke.
where my wood and my charcoal go, and that's where the fire is. And then I put my
Hmm.
proteins in a separate compartment on my smoker. Whereas with grilling, everything is done contained inside the grill, if you will. And also with grilling, you can do a what they call a two-zone grill, where the charcoal is on one side and your protein is on the other side, but it's still in the main chamber. And that's the main difference between grilling and smoking.
Okay.
Smoke.
In
So
fact,
now,
there's a
do
lot of
they?
love that goes on
Mhm.
in grilling, I mean, smoking grill.
Okay,
So
you're breaking up.
we're getting some audio issues, but as the engineer will turn down the audio to the section that's giving us difficulty. I do have a question. Tonight, I wanted to ask about how is there a difference in the taste of the prepared items between grilling and pit preparation? Like how does that work?
Say that last part one more time.
Yeah, is there a difference in the taste or the feel or any other characteristics between grilled proteins and pit prepared proteins? How are they different on the plate of the uninitiated? Because see, I was today years old
Yeah.
when I found out
Mhm.
that there was a difference between grilling and pit preparation. So
So
I just
so
want to know
so with
what it is.
so with smoking meat, it takes on more of a smoky flavor, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
There's more intense smoke when you talk about smoking meat as opposed to grilling meat. Grilling it takes on more of a direct heat, more of a direct fire, whereas
Hmm.
smoking you're imbuing the smoke flavor in.
I see. I see. And so at the events, and Tisha, I see you have a lot of questions. I'm just going to
I've
drop
been
off my
doing,
last little question because
I've
I
been
know
doing
everybody's
everything
And,
coming
and,
wrong.
in.
and if you hear me, if you see me doing this, it's this headset, teacher. That's what it is.
Uh,
Okay.
okay.
It's this
Okay.
headset.
All right. All right. Well, before we get back to that, let me just ask though, we got grandchildren all over the place and they'll be here.
Yes,
They're coming this summer.
yes.
They
With their
like to eat,
parents.
yeah, with their parents, and they like to eat more than the grandchildren do. So, as you know, we've got to get something going that's going to please everybody, right?
Okay.
Mhm.
Then the gathering, how does the pit prepared protein blend with a menu? And then at the gathering, what do you call that gathering? Is it gathering of friends and family? Is it a barbecue? Is it a cookout? I know we don't use picnic, but what's the proper terminology for the gathering at which we enjoy these great items?
I mean, you can call it a barbecue. I just call it a gathering amongst friends.
Hmm. Hmm.
Whenever I do get a few friends over, because again, me personally, I'm not professionally selling my barbecue yet, so it's just friends and family that get
Hmm.
together. I'm kind of using them as test beds, if you will. So when I do eventually retire from my main gig, I'll have something to get into, and that's
Yes,
kind of
indeed.
the way I got into barbecue. Um, just thinking of different things that I can do post my IT career. So
Got you, got you. Tell us about how you got into barbecue. What inspired you to become a pit master? Like, did it just one day after college, or were you 3 years old, or how did it work? What was the inspiration?
so my inspiration is my father, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Every year we do our family reunion, and when I
Hmm.
was growing up, my father was always the pit master. And when I was
Okay.
very young, the way he did things, it kind of progressed when it came to when I first remember our family reunions, the barbecue started in the ground. He would dig a hole in the ground and he would actually begin to barbecue the meat in ground. Fresh,
Wow.
oh,
Wait, wait, wait. Your mic is in the pit. We can't hear you. What
Yeah, you
happened
dropped your mic down in the ground.
over the, he put a hole, and what happened in the hole?
Oh, we getting that together.
yeah, the hole is what actually
Hmm.
the hole
Oh, while we
goes
work out that audio problem, I know it's the engineers are working on that now.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about
I'm
that.
sorry.
But I definitely want to make sure that I understand. So the original process was for the actual cook to dig a hole in the ground, maybe what, 2.5, 3 feet deep, or deeper than that,
correct, correct, 3.5
about two
feet.
and a half, 3 feet,
Oh
and
wow.
then they would put the charcoals in there or the wood, the
The
things that they're
wood,
going to use for heat.
yes, exactly.
And was there a certain kind of wood that they use? Like in Texas, they use
So
the mesquite wood, or
so in Texas we used a lot of pecan wood.
mhm,
Pecan.
pine wood. I'm making notes because it might work in Arkansas too. You never know.
No
Go
way.
ahead.
So then what happened, Brother
We use
Taiwan?
a lot of pecan wood.
So you were saying, so your dad, what did he put over the hole? I missed that part. Was just a grill, a crate, a rack? What happened?
Basically a mesh rack,
Mhm.
of a mesh rack that would hold heat.
Hmm. And so he put a mesh rack over there to hold the heat that was coming up from the
Yes,
pit, and then would cook the meat evenly or cook the
evenly.
proteins evenly
Exactly.
and distribute the heat throughout the cooking surface, right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay, I think I can apply for a job at Williams Sonoma right
Yeah.
now because
Yeah.
I sound like I know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Anyway, so you started out looking at your dad. He dug a hole in the ground, and then you decided to take over and do things your own way. When was that?
Basically, when I became a homeowner, when
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
became, uh, I,
Mhm.
When I became a homeowner, I pop, 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 pop. Okay.
It's the headset, I think.
Yeah, the headset, we're working on that. We're going to work on
I
the
think it's the
audio from the
headset.
headset, and we'll be back. But I have to tell you this. We're going to ask a few more questions. I want everybody to come in the chat right now.
I think it's the headset.
I'm
While we
so
work it out with
sorry.
the engineers, that's fine. But while we go in the chat, I want you to ask your pit preparation question. Ask your barbecue question. Ask your cookout question. You got the man right here that can make you more successful this year than in any year in your past. And so, here's a question right here. Tisha, can you read that one?
And she hit it on the head. This is one of the reasons that we wanted to have a show like this. She said, "Oh wow, barbecuing in the ground sounds like a survival cooking technique. It sounds fun." And
That's
this is
right.
the whole point of us bringing the brother on, because he's bringing knowledge on how we can do stuff outside of the box and reach that same goal. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that's part of the goal of Nothing But the Truth, how to educate
Mm-hmm.
each other with what we know, right? How to
Yes.
help each other. And this is so important. He has the way Brother Taiwan does it, he makes it so plain, so simple. And his product that comes out, the end result, chef kiss,
Oh yeah, it's great.
chef
It's
kiss.
great.
And
And
the
I have
way
to
he
say,
explains it, when we get the mic back, I want y'all to be able to understand and hear how he explains the difference in the cooking. Who knew? I mean, maybe some of the brothers knew the difference in smoking and grilling. And
yeah,
he's gonna tell us what, you
we're
know.
gonna turn down the volume on whichever mic is crackling until we work that out. Let's
Can you
get
turn
that
down
volume turned down,
turn your
and then
volume
we'll
down?
come back with more information from Brother Taiwan because we don't want to let him go just because of a technical issue.
No, we
We have
can't let
other
them here.
concerns tonight. I'm going to ask him, Allah willing and the creek don't rise. I'm going to ask him about the proper barbecue playlist to be playing records and music at your barbecue. The man knows music, and he's a classic music
No, he
He's a
really is.
scientist of music. He's actually a discographer, and he
Brother,
moves with deliberate speed.
can you hear us now, Brother Taiwan?
Yeah, something is happening. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but this is truth,
Log, log off and come back in.
and you're not getting nothing but the truth. So, brother, log off, come right back in, and right now, if it start popping right now, I'm gonna have me a fit. But I don't think we have to do
Right. I
that.
think it's something with the headset. Now we have another question we'll ask when he comes back. Please
Mhm.
explain the pros and cons of direct offset versus reverse off. You know what? I'm lost with the question.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
that's some Texas stuff right there. That's brother James in Dallas. Sister
He knows how to
Victoria
do it.
also asked the question: is it better to use charcoal or wood
Yeah.
to cook your proteins? And then, can you also barbecue, grill, or smoke vegetables, fish? Because
Hmm.
not everybody eats meat, right?
Right.
And so we need to be able to do that. And then possibly we can explain the pros and cons of direct offset versus reverse
Oh,
offset
we have to. We have to,
and
because
how
I'm
long
gonna
you.
say that so people think
Mhm.
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, you go ahead, honey, because I'm going to just tell the people that wood is cleaner. That's all I'm going to say is, we're going to act like we know.
Ooh, the cleaner.
Yeah,
Bring
'cause-
me Brother Taiwan
but
back.
tonight, but we move to get the children here. I
Hmm.
want to make sure they have a hospitality experience like nothing they've ever seen, right?
Right.
And
Right.
now tonight, as a result of this show, we're going to add in a lot of new cousins because everybody know they're about to come over here at the function at the junction, right?
They got to
And we
bring
serve
something.
we serving egg foo young and
Yeah.
barbecue. We got chicken dumplings and kidney stew. We got Ling Ting Tall from China, and I mean long tall Sally from Carolina. You got
We're not.
007, the private eye, and he's telling all the guys from I Spy. So
Please
come
come back,
one,
Brother Taiwan. Please
come
come back.
all. We're gonna have a ball down at the function at the junction. And Sister Victoria is with me. She wants to hear that barbecue music list. Okay. And it's
Mhm.
not just gonna be Shotgun by Junior Walker and the All Stars. You have to have that. Shooting for you run. Your barbecue don't even taste right
No,
unless you
Sister
got.
Victoria, what song would you suggest?
Yeah.
Gotta have some.
Matter of fact, while we're waiting for brother to work out the technical problem, let's put back in the barbecue cookout songs that you have to hear.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What has to be on the playlist? Let me
Yeah.
know. Let me see it in the
What
comments.
has to be there on the plate? What do you what is essential and you got to hear it, or you haven't really been nowhere. You haven't done nothing. We're gonna see right now. We're gonna see from the comments. We're on YouTube and Facebook, and we're
Yeah.
checking it out. What the comments are. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it myself. I'm looking forward to it
Chris on
myself.
red. No, he got a
Uh-huh.
list.
He's
Oh,
got a list too.
summertime.
Mm-hmm. What's summertime? Billy
Not
Stewart?
Will Smith. Will Smith? Summertime?
No, it must be talking about Billy Stewart. Summertime and it's
No, no,
easy.
I'm thinking Will
No,
Smith.
not that.
Summer Madness is a must play.
Okay, we'll let that. The live version from London. The live version, not the studio version is okay, but we're gonna need to get the live
Look at Kia.
version.
Kia's not invited. She said Baby Shark. She's not invited. Okay, but Taiwan's back. Oh,
Okay.
Victoria said the Will Smith edition.
Okay. Well,
Let's
bless
see.
her heart. Bless her little heart, okay? And bless her heart. She don't mean no harm, she don't.
But Taiwan, can you hear us? We can't hear you, friend.
He's working it out. The engineers are on top of it with Brother Taiwan. Can you
Okay,
hear
what
us
else?
now, dear brother? Okay. He's still working to get back in.
Wait,
We're gonna
you
make it
know
work.
you got to have all the line dances included, all the songs with the line dances.
Hmm.
It's a
Now
must.
that's something to think about. Now, and I want to ask Brother Taiwan also back to the food, and we'll get back to the music because he will help you understand your musical selections and their appropriateness or lack of same.
Yeah.
But are there foods? I want to ask Brother if he can hear me. Are there foods that we should or should not, even though there might be a halal version or there might be something good, but do we really need hot dogs, as they call them in Baltimore? Hot dogs?
Hot dogs.
Yeah, hot dogs in New York, right? But do we really need them? Do we need veggies? If so, what kind of burgers do we need? And so they're quick. They cook on the grill. They're quick. You pass them out to the young people while they running around. I don't know, but I want to find out from the pit master what we're doing, so I don't do anything irresponsible. Okay?
Oh, on the
No, I
ground.
don't want to do that.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right, we're working it out. Oh, I'm glad he's working it out. He's here. Your questions are essential. And all the cities that are represented on the line, from Chicago to North Carolina to Texas to California to Arkansas, back down to Georgia, we see you and we are looking forward to hearing from you as to what you want to know. Yeah.
You know what I
What
want to know? What I
do you
want to
want to know?
ask you, have y'all ever heard that when you're grilling meat, not smoking per se, but when you're grilling, that char that we like on it, the little black crunchy stuff, that's actually not healthy for you? Have you ever heard that before?
Hmm.
That they said some people say it's not good, but some people want that. Okay, what about now?
Can you hear me? Yes, we
Yeah.
hear you and see you, and you look good.
All
So
right.
tell us, brother, that little black stuff that gets on the protein product, good or not good?
Oh, that is so perfect. In Texas, what we call that's the crust. That's the Texas crust.
Oh yeah, we like. Okay, good because
The
I like the
Texas
crunch.
crust.
That is
Crust.
the Texas crust.
But
When you're doing proteins, especially briskets and beef ribs, that's
mhm.
the thing that you want. That's the sweet spot. That's what you want. That Texas crust.
But
Texas
have you
crust.
ever heard that that's not healthy for you? Like to char your meat like that? I've heard that. I've heard it was good. I heard it wasn't. I personally like it, but
It's again, it's one of those things. If done in large consumption, yes, it could be.
ah,
But
large
it's
But
consumption.
also, isn't it also true that people say it's not good for you? Also, do not season their foods. They bring three bean salad to your gathering, and they put raisins in the potato salad. Is
no,
that
no,
not true? Is
Oh,
that the same group of people?
okay, understood. Texas crust it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
Texas
all right,
crust.
Okay,
all right. Speaking
understood.
of Texas, though, is there a difference in the cooking technique from different parts of Texas? Like, is Dallas and Houston different from each other? Is Waco different from El Paso, and and then Jasper and the East Texas? Is there differences regionally within your state of Texas?
No, pretty much Texas barbecue is Texas barbecue. Of course, you have your levels of
Mhm,
barbecue, but Texas, we traditionally do things the same way.
mhm,
If you're a true pit master, you're
mhm.
gonna choose your choice of wood. That be pecan, that being oak. Some of us like a fruit wood, like an apple wood. But traditionally here in Texas, seasoning, especially on your larger proteins, is only salt and pepper.
What?
Okay. Only salt and
Yes,
pepper on
yes,
your larger proteins.
your larger
Is
protein.
there a cut of meat or a certain type of fish or a certain vegetable that lends itself to the cooking methods that you employ the most?
With fish, my
Mhm.
with I love a good rice with fish, especially a couscous with fish.
Hmm.
Um, Sometime Sister Nikita and I will do some Brussels sprouts, or we'll do just any green to pair well with with fish. Um, I've been kind of experimenting with fruit and fish. I just prepared a pineapple glazed salmon, which was great.
You,
So
you smoked it or you grilled
yeah,
it?
I smoked
Smoked.
it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Man, smoked pineapple.
Mhm.
Oh, that's got to be good. That's
Yeah,
got to be good.
yeah,
So,
and then we're also working on smoked desserts. This past
Love
Sunday,
pineapple.
we were in a halal barbecue competition,
all right.
and some of the people they had a smoked cheesecake. Uh, there was a smoked peach cobbler. So yeah,
Was it good? Tell the
Wow.
truth.
Smoked peach cobbler.
Smoked like it had a barbecue taste to it.
not necessarily barbecue, but it had a smoky taste to it.
I can't even.
Unbelievable,
Wow,
unbelievable.
wow! And I tell you, as we look at the family gathering around, we see we've been joined from the Sugar Shack farm
Yeah.
down in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Our sister Javon is there. She says, "Assalamu alaikum, family." We say, "Wa alaikum salam" to you.
Walaikum
And Sister
salam.
Javon is also a pioneer in the field of food distribution, and we'll talk more about
Okay.
that during break time. But I tell you, brother, what I'm learning tonight, I never knew about the smoked fruits.
No.
I never
Hmm.
knew about the couscous and fish. I never
Hmm.
knew about digging a hole 3 feet deep and putting wood in the hole, and that you could use apple wood or pecan wood. Some people use
Yes.
oak or pine. Do you say
Hmm.
pecan or pecan, depending on where you're from, I guess? But I tell you,
Exactly.
none of this was known to me. And I don't know. Maybe it's true that Cincinnati is not one of the barbecue headquarters of the world.
Mm.
Maybe, maybe,
and,
maybe.
and I want to jump back. I saw a question a little bit earlier before I had to
Okay.
jump off.
Mhm.
Charcoal as opposed to wood.
Yes.
Um, that's a great question.
Let me go get it.
Um, when I actually start to fire up my pit,
Mm-hmm.
I start off with a bed of charcoal and a few pieces of wood. But all the thing that does is get you a good coal bed going. Once your coal bed is going, it's all wood from there.
I see.
What's your cold bed? Wait, you said when you're starting up a pit. Are we talking about the hole in the ground pit, like Dad did?
Oh no, no, we've advanced since
That-
then.
Oh,
We've
okay.
All right.
advanced since then.
So in your barbecue grill, because there's
Hmm.
different ones, the little square ones, or do you have the big one with the compartments and the
Yes, I have a big smoker.
smoker? And a smoker is
Okay.
different from a grill.
Correct.
Does the grill do they have grills that have a smoker on them? Can
They
I
do
get a
now. They
that
actually do now. They actually have hybrids. It's a part grill,
hybrid?
uh, part smoker. You have electric grills now. You have pellet grills.
Okay.
Um, so
So much.
they have grills now that are set in and forget it. If I go to work at 8 a.m., I can set my grill where my protein will be ready as soon as I get back home at 6 o'clock.
My heavens. Wow. We have reached the bottom of the hour, and I have to remind you that you are viewing and you're watching Nothing But the Truth with Brother Jamil and Sister Tisha. This guest tonight, as you can tell, our brother Taiwan Muhammad is an expert at what he does. And really, he's an expert at everything he does. He's one of those people, right?
Yes.
But we're talking tonight about his status as a pit master. After we come back from break, we're going to take more questions from more of you in the chat, and we're going to expand. And once we get to 1,000 members, 1,000 subscribers, then we're going to start moving to telephone calls. And just wait. We go right now. We are grilling this program, or we're smoking this program on a pit dug in the ground. But we
And,
about to
and,
advance.
and we have to go back to the music too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We got to get. Oh, I know he's chomping at the bit to get to the music for what's going to be played at the cookout at the barbecue. But it's the bottom of the hour. We'll be back after these messages with more from Brother Taiwan Muhammad.
Assalamualaikum, family.
Assalamualaikum.
What are we saying? What are we doing? Woo! Assalamualaikum, family. Assalamualaikum, family.
Assalamualaikum.
We want to thank you for taking the time to tune into Nothing But the Truth with Brother Jamil
And Sister Tisha. We thank you for every Thursday night joining us for appointment viewing. 8 p.m. Not 8 a.m.
Yeah, I'm going to come in on the PM.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Thursday nights by YouTube, by Facebook, by Instagram, by all the other means by which we can be seen. But we thank you, because without you, as a matter of fact, here the Manhattans, there's no me without
Why does
you.
he always do that? Assalamualaikum.
There's no me.
You didn't say assalamualaikum. You didn't say assalamualaikum.
Oh, assalamualaikum.
Yeah, I definitely want to thank you all. And I've got good news for you. I told you we talk about her in a good way. And we're talking about her right in front of her. But our sister, the proprietress and owner and the mind behind Sugar Shack Farms, you need to know her. There she is. Sugar Shack Farms has this product, and we should support it. I'm just going to be very frank. Sugar Shack Farms has prepared ready-to-eat bean soup. You can eat it this week or 20 years from now. It will not degrade. You
Right.
just add water, and it's seasoned properly. And as a person who spent many years at the table with Sister Javon, teaching the sisters how to make the bean soup throughout California and the western part of the country. Let me tell you, that bean soup is hitting and sticking. Man, it's good. And I want you all to get a chance to actually go and visit Sugar Shack Farm. You can see it right there. It's on Facebook, it's on Instagram, and you can look it up, Sugar Shack Farm. Make your order, because the products are so affordable, you cannot afford to be without them,
Right.
because they're good for your survival kit. They're good to be stored in your home. They're good to be stored on convenient days. It's just a great, great advantage. And we're proud that it's our sister who's
Mm-hmm.
doing it. Get in touch. Get some Sugar Shack bean soup like we have. Well,
Right.
we had more, honey. I did want to tell you that we did have some more, but a couple days, you were, and
You know what I want to say about the Sugar Shack Farm bean soup, though? It's dehydrated. And so it is good to have on hand at home in your survival, but it's good for when you travel, because you can put that package in your suitcase, get to your hotel, your family's house, wherever it is. All you have to do is add water, and then you have a nice bowl of bean soup with you. You don't have to go
Absolutely.
days and days eating fast food just because you're out of town.
Nope. Let's make
Do
sure
that.
we all do that. So, Sugar Shack being said, let us know, Javon, what the people are saying, because we are happy to send folks your way. Now, back to the discussion at hand. Brother Taiwan wants to get to the music. We're going to do that. We've got 20 more minutes to do. Yay, we're going to get to the music, or yay, we talked about Sugar Shack,
Yay,
or
sugar
both.
shack.
There it
Both.
is, sugarshackfarm.com. All right.
Okay.
And oh, yeah, there's so many talented people in our community. We're just very, very, very grateful that we're a part of a community with such brilliant people, because the import shutdowns, as Brother James is pointing out to us in the comments section, do indicate that we should order and be prepared.
Right.
The address again, sugarshackfarm.com. Don't miss it. You tell them Brother Jamil and Sister Tisha sent you. All right. They'll probably charge you extra, but still, just tell them that we, we sent you. We sent you.
All
Now,
right.
now back to this discussion, because we were grilling and then we switched to the pit.
Yes.
We talked about the barbecue. We talked about the cookout. We talked about the nutritional balance and the way that the proteins and the vegetables and the couscous and and the fish and the fruits even
Mhm.
relate to one another. I think our social events this summer are going to be off the chain.
Before
Yes.
we leave it though, can you touch on the preparation of the meats and the proteins a little bit and the vegetables before we segue to the next
Mhm.
part?
Sure, sure.
Because
And
I've had some dry, I shouldn't even say that, right? Some barbecue's been dry, you had to add extra sauce. But yours,
Listen.
it's
Everybody in that whole state know you who you talking about.
sorry.
Everybody in the whole state of Missouri know who you talking about. And it is not me who said that, people up in Kansas City. I didn't say nothing about Kansas City. I said nothing about it.
Tell us
Go ahead,
about
brother.
marinating, preparing the meat before we even put it to the flame or the pit, the smoke,
correct,
whatever.
correct,
And
correct.
vegetables. How do we handle vegetables?
So, and you mentioned Kansas City. So, Texas and Kansas City, there's always this back and forth feud going on. Um, Traditionally, Texas does not use barbecue sauce. That's a Kansas City thing. They drown their barbecue in sauce. Whereas in Texas, we let our protein, we let our meats, we let our flavors hit your palate and let you make the decision. So the beginning process of any smoked protein, of course, you have to season.
Mm.
Again, here in Texas, traditionally, uh, depending on the protein, if it's a brisket, all we're using is just basically coarse salt and 16 mesh black pepper. And of course, that's
16,
what
16 mesh, that's the size of the granules.
16 mesh, yes.
Mhm.
Mm.
It's a coarser black pepper, and of course the salt is a lot coarser as well. No table salt. It's a coarse salt.
Okay.
Um, with marinade, it just depends. You can marinate your chickens um, and other proteins like that, but when you're talking about ribs and brisket, the only thing we use is a salt. Now, sometimes you can do salt only as a basic dry brine and let it sit in the fridge overnight till you get ready to smoke it, and that would allow the salt to penetrate in the meat, and it'll allow it to break that protein down just a little bit better.
Oh. It
Okay.
doesn't make
Mhm.
it tough. It breaks it down.
No, it kind of breaks it down and it takes
Oh,
the moisture out of it, because when you smoke it, that's going to put the moisture back in.
okay.
Hmm. Hmm. All
I
right. I
didn't know
just
that.
want you to know I heard the shade. Everybody's seen the shade.
Yeah.
You see where he said that they drown their proteins in
In
sauce.
sauce.
That's the
Yeah.
secret.
I thought it was all about the sauce, but I guess not.
Okay.
No, no.
Not all about the sauce. All right.
Listen. We are talking with Brother Taiwan Muhammad, who is a pit master as
Mhm.
opposed to a grill master. And there is a difference that we are learning about tonight.
You
Hey,
know.
hey, Jeff, good to see you, family. But listen, here's what I want to ask. This is a question put forward by Nakia Conley out of Dallas, Texas. She
Mhm.
says, how does one become a pit master? What's the process? How does that occur?
So basically, what I did was I put in the work beforehand. just learning the trade, learning what it really takes to do this.
Hmm.
I also got with other pit masters, kind of did internships and put in the work and just kind of working with other people. Again, I got with a core group called the Halal Barbecue Pit Masters. And from there, man, that's kind of where I kind of just hone my skill, just
Hmm.
talking with those guys and kind of doing what they do and following their lead. And by Lord's grace, I'm getting better and better every day.
Great,
Wow.
great, great to hear. Be sure you all
Mhm.
go and like this program, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. Like it, share it, subscribe to it on YouTube so we can bump the number of subscribers up closer and closer to that 1,000 level where we get
Right.
to do things, and we may even go live with a barbecue with Brother Taiwan. I mean, he hadn't been asked about it yet, but look at his face like, what? Go live with a barbecue? What? But you, you never know.
Maybe.
Now, we got to address this question because I see the inboxes and I see people asking questions. First off, I have nothing against Will Smith. Okay. I do love Cool and the Gang. Okay. It's great.
Mhm.
But the man himself is here. He's going to
Okay.
talk about playlists and he's going to talk about what music goes good with the food. Brother Taiwan, what do we need to hear? What do we need to hear, brother?
Wow. Okay. So where do I start, Brother Jamil? You've seen my music room, so I just
Now
for
Okay.
I've
me.
seen now this music room is not just a room with a
It's not.
rack of albums on it. It's music wall to wall, floor to
Yes.
ceiling, around the walls, and then the equipment that you are afraid to walk near, let alone touch.
I think he
I
did
mean,
tell me don't touch.
no, I heard him say to you, "Don't touch. Stay over there by the door.
Just
Don't
stay over
touch
there by the
anything
door.
over there." Yeah.
Clap your hands so I know where you're at. I was like, oh.
But for me, music is an integral part in everything that I do. I come from a long line of musicians in my family, so I grew up with a lot of jazz music. So basically, for me, it's always some type of jazz playing around the home. The first thing I do when I get on my pit, I fire up my phone, and it's either John Coltrane, it's Miles
Hmm.
Davis, it's something just to get the mood going. And as the day progresses, we'll get into something a little bit more heavier, a little bit
Hmm.
more bebop, a little bit more Charlie Parker.
Ah,
Get into the bebop era, Dizzy. So toward the end of the day, I'm going into more of my era, hip hop. So I incorporate music in a lot of things that I do.
all right, good. Now you all can go back in the chat. And Sister Tisha will pull your comments up. What do you want to hear? I know the kind of things that Sister Tisha likes to hear.
Mhm.
We're not going to talk about
It's
all of that.
not Will Smith.
No, it's not. No, it's not Will Smith. It's not.
Will
However,
Smith.
and I'll tell about what it is. I'm not ashamed. I'll just tell about what it is. I'll put it in the chat. Matter of fact, Tisha, I'll put it in there so you can.
George Michael. I mean,
I never I never said anything about Jordan Michael, but oh, there it is in the chat. Well,
he is on my playlist, but no. Grilling the barbecue music, you gotta have Frankie Beverly. You have to.
Well, that's
Right.
for that's for the gathering.
that's for
That
the
is
gathering.
so there's a difference of the music when you're cooking
Yeah,
Yes,
and when you're
yes,
oh,
yes,
okay.
yes.
Frankie Beverly is always for the gathering.
It is for the
Yes.
gathering. It is for the
Mm-hmm.
gathering. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you was
Yes.
just trying to not include him. He must be there.
Oh no, no, no! Our brother Frankie, may Allah be pleased with him. He is
Hmm.
always going to be at the barbecue.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed. Yes, indeed. And depending on the hour of the day,
Hmm.
you do the Frankie Beverly before dusk, and then the Johnny Guitar Watson after. Is that what we do?
Hey,
Or
that's the golden time of day.
hmm. All right. See, you see how you put that in there? The golden time of day with the JGW. Superman lover. That's perfect.
there it
Now,
is.
Now,
I love
Ashley is wondering, she's considering a gift. She's saying a
oh yeah.
beginner friendly offset smoker. Is that a good gift idea?
So an offset smoker.
She sounds knowledgeable. Whose
She
child is
does.
that?
So So
Girl,
if one really wants to take it seriously,
but
yes, a offset is where you would want to start. But a good offset is it's going to run you. I think I paid $1,200 for mine,
oh
and that
no.
and that's on the cheap side.
Okay, so son-in-law, get ready for your gift.
Yeah,
Let's get ready.
he said beginner friendly for
Yeah,
1200 for a beginner.
1,200. That's you got to
Yeah,
start somewhere.
yeah,
You're
that's.
getting that square red grill. You know the square one with the red top.
You're gonna get a
That's
Weber
that,
grill. You're gonna get a
that,
Weber
that,
grill from
that,
Walmart.
Tisha,
the
that's
Weber.
the hot dog grill.
Brother, what veggies go great on the grill? Because I know people are going
Oh,
to.
there goes my wife.
Yeah,
There
see,
he
see,
is.
JGW. And let me give a shout out to Nikita and her family because I used to sit at their table when they lived on Seneca. Man, I would sit at their table, brother Taiwan, and they
Yes.
would put me out the house because they kept bringing good food. And I'm gonna sit there and take my time. I'm gonna eat.
Of
And they
course.
finally said, brother, you need to get back to the hotel or
Get
wherever
out.
you're staying and get to your next city. Uh,
Get
some
out.
beautiful, hospitable folks that you all are. Your family is some great people, brother. And we are just
Praise be
glad
to Allah.
that you are here with us, man.
Praise
I
be
tell
to
you,
Allah.
great thing. Tisha, what are your
So,
next questions? Because I know you're going to be doing part of the responsibilities. I will not be smoking, grilling, or any of that. I'm not. I got to know my role, get in my
Yeah.
depth. Hmm.
I'm not either because that Weber we got, yeah, no.
No, no,
I
we
need
got
a beginner
the
off. I need a
the
beginner
green weather.
offset.
oh, the
Listen,
green
so
pepper.
what some
I
people
like
want
that
to
one
know
actually.
about grilling vegetables. Now,
Yes.
the most I've grilled was an onion. Okay, I thought I was
Hmm.
doing something. The onion and maybe some jalapenos. So that's not real.
Hmm.
I know some people do the whole skewers and
Hmm.
things like that, right? The veggie
Hmm.
skewers, potatoes. I've always messed them up.
Hmm.
Help us out because everybody doesn't just want a chunk of meat. Some people, like I said, want the fish and they want the grilled veggies. What do you recommend? Do we do it in a pan? Do we put it straight on the rack? What are we doing?
Hmm. Actually, vegetables can go straight on the rack. I have a mesh grill that goes over my grill where I put the vegetables.
Hmm.
So my aunt she loves my grilled vegetables. So she's always doing she does squash, zucchini, uh, red peppers,
Yes.
Wow.
and gosh, what else? It's another vegetable that she likes. But yeah, you can grill vegetables all day long. It's
Mhm.
just one of those things that vegetables you have to watch them more closely because they will tend to get rough on you, tough on you.
Oh,
Okay.
do you
Okay.
put oil? Do you drizzle them with oil, or we just putting them? Well, I guess
Yes, you can drizzle them with a little oil. Yes,
Hmm. And you use the olive oil on there to drizzle them with?
yes.
Yes, sir.
A little olive oil, a little seasoning.
Hmm.
no seasoning.
Yeah.
Oh, and by
Yeah.
the way, the halal pitmasters, the brothers, they make their own seasoning. So that's another uh,
Hmm.
thing with pitmasters is developing your own seasonings.
And we
Nice.
would like very much to see the halal pitmaster seasoning as a place that we can actually find it, and support it. I can imagine some halal pitmaster seasoning going with some Sugar Shack Farms offerings.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And little
Hmm.
Chef Daryl's out of the East Coast, and then some
Hmm.
Brother D's treats
Okay.
from the West Coast. Can you dig it? So
Mm,
we talking about putting a whole chain
mm.
together,
That's what
and
I'm
some of
talking.
those special cakes that are made right there in Fort Worth at your
I can
house.
feel my stomach bubbling right now.
At my
Oh,
I can
man.
eat all of it.
Oh, yeah.
Just bubbling. This is great.
Yeah, man.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. I had a question here from Gerard. He's saying he's trying to graduate from the pellets. Tell us about the pellets versus wood and charcoal, because I don't know nothing about pellets. I've seen them, but I don't know what to
Mhm.
do with
So pellet is another grilling style that's getting very popular. It's for those who don't traditionally have the time to sit and babysit a smoker.
it. Mm,
So the pellets, it's just a different form of wood. It's actually wood. It's just in a pellet form. So what you have to load up what they call as a hopper. You load your hopper up with pellets and you set your grill to a desired temperature and you're able to grill your protein on a pellet grill. And again, that's one of those grills that set it and forget it. I mean, if you
Mm,
put enough pellets in, 8 o'clock in the morning, you set your grill. By the time you get home, your protein is done. So, but to wait, a way to graduate is to just go ahead and get you an offset.
get an offset.
Uh, the first thing that I had to learn with an offset was fire management.
Fire managing.
Fire
Fire
management, yes,
management. Okay. Okay.
yes. Uh, when I first started, my neighbor did not like having smoke, his house smoked out. So
Mm,
I had to learn fire management. And with fire management, because there's no temperature gauges on an offset. So you have to be able to know how to manage your fire correctly. You have to know how to use your dampers and air intake and outtake and those types of things. So
wow.
it's a science behind smoking meat.
Wow. Wow. And apparently it's something that's generational and passed through time. And
Definitely.
this now what was say Woodstack? Is
What's
that the
wood
next
stack?
question from Gerard?
Yeah, from Gerard.
Mm-hmm.
What you mean wood stack, Gerard? What's the question?
Mm-hmm. Got to know the question. We get into it. The time now we have about 7 minutes, well, 6 or 7 minutes left in the program. So we yeah, and fire management. I really thought that's what I was learning from Sugarfoot and them. Because they sing about it on the record.
No,
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 it's not the Ohio Players Fire. That's not.
no. All right. What else? Anything else you guys want to know while we have the pit master here? Now is your time to put it in the comments
He's
because you
here.
have to be ready
Please,
for the cookout,
please
the
do.
the get together this
I'm
Sunday.
I'm comfortable now, Jamil. Just I'm ready now.
All right, all right, all right. And that's the way it has to be. When you're comfortable and your spirit is right. And that's the question that I wanted to sort of move toward the conclusion of our program with.
Hmm.
Tell me about the spirit and the energy of people who prepare food for consumption of others. Does
Mm.
it ever matter? Are there ever questions about it? Can it make a difference if the spirit is right or not right when the food is being prepared?
Oh, of course. Spirit is everything. You have to be able to have a good spirit in anything that you do. And
Mm-hmm.
food is just one of those things that whatever you're feeling at that particular time, it's going to go into your food.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're feeling not so good,
Mm.
it's going to come out in that food. Uh, and I've actually learned that from my wife when I see her cook sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those things where, depending on how you feel that way, is exactly the way that food is going to come out.
Mm.
Wow. Wow. And,
Okay.
and and that spirit is important. Let's get to this question. Direct offset or reverse offset and why?
I typically like direct offset, reverse flow. I really haven't gotten a chance to really work on those. Um, and that's a whole science within itself, reverse flow versus direct flow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for me, I think it's a little bit harder to contain your fire management.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
wow, this is
And
real
so
serious.
it's harder with the reverse, and the
Yes,
direct is you're more able
yes,
to manage
yes,
fire. So
yes,
definitely for beginners at the starting of their career as a pit master, they would start with
yes.
um,
Correct, correct,
the direct offset.
correct,
Okay.
correct.
And the word offset itself means what?
The wrap.
Um, so with offset, it means that you have your main cooking chamber, and to the direct opposite side of that, a little bit that's dropped a little bit lower is your
Hmm.
offset. That's where your fire is going to be.
Okay. Okay. And so
So
the
it's
fire and the heat then kind of rises and
it rises
surrounds
up. Yes,
the item being like a convection process, kind of.
correct, correct.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-mm. I'm so confused. I'm just gonna make the sides. Yeah, because I'm lost.
Because I'm
I'm
working at
confused.
Williams Sonoma now.
No,
And
That's
I
why.
and I do and I do want to give a shout out
Mhm.
to this brother Adrian Miller. He has a great book. If anyone
let me
wants
show
to,
it. Okay, go ahead. Adrian Miller,
Black
Black
smoke.
Smoke. Okay. Y'all see that? Adrian, African
Hmm.
Americans in the United States of barbecue. Yes.
this is an awesome book.
Wow.
and it gives you just a little bit of the history of barbecue in the Americas, how it became to be. Of course, here in America, barbecue actually started with the Native Americans.
Hmm. Hmm.
But when we hit the shores, we took it and we kind of made it our own, and
Mm-hmm.
we brought seasoning with us. We brought flavor.
Flavor and all those things,
Come
Anyway,
on,
Where did
come
potato
on.
salad come
but I
from?
want to
Does
just
anyone
ask
know?
you as we wrap up, Brother Taiwan, what do we need to know this summer? What do we need to know? We've got another 90 seconds to say what we need this summer. Go.
What we need this summer is a great big barbecue in the backyard.
Yes.
Grab the closest pit master. It don't even have to be a pit master. Just congregate with one another. Let's have a good time and enjoy one another. Let's
Yes,
get back
indeed.
to that family vibe that we once had. Let's put
Yes.
on some Frankie Beverly and let's
Mm.
celebrate one another.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And let's celebrate one
Oh,
another with that Frankie Beverly. Our guest tonight has been our brother. I can't call him just my brother, even though he is that. I'll let y'all borrow him, but he's
wow.
my brother. This is Brother Taiwan Muhammad, who
Yes.
is a brother and a friend.
Yes.
And you can tell he's a friend because he doesn't do good to be seen. He does it right behind the scenes,
Yes.
and he continues to do it. And so, brother, I'm not going to tell all the good that you've done, but there's a whole lot that you've done for a whole
All
lot of
praises.
people.
All
And we're
praises be
very,
to
very
Allah.
grateful for your brotherhood. Tisha, the last word is yours, and we'll be getting ready to get out of here. But
We
this has
are.
been nothing but the truth with Brother Jamil and Sister Tisha, who's
Yes.
going to talk to you right now.
All right, family. We just want to thank you again for tuning in to another episode of Nothing But the Truth with Brother Jamil and Sister Tisha. We had such a good time tonight. I hope you learned something. I hope you have successful barbecues, smokeouts, pits, whatever it's called. And I hope your meat is not tough. I hope it's
Oh,
juicy. But
yeah.
if it is, it just says try again. We want you to join us back here next week, same time, same place. Don't forget to please go to our YouTube page to help us grow. We are trying to hit 1,000 followers so that we can start going live. You just go to YouTube, Nothing But the Truth with Brother Jamil and Sister Tisha. Then head over to Facebook, Tisha Muhammad and Jamil Muhammad, and do the same thing. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend, share the show. Come back next week, 7 p.m., same time.
All right, everybody. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum,
Wa
family.
alaikum salam. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.